Josh, how do I talk to girls? So, how do you talk to girls? Do you want, like, serious advice, or are we doing comedy advice? Because serious advice is to understand that girls are people. And the question should be, how do you talk to people? Because you talk to people with respect, with empathy, with humor. You are honest with who you are. And then if people like chatting to you, they continue to talk to you. That's pretty much it, really. Approach talking to girls the same way that you'd want to approach talking to someone that you want to have a genuine conversation with. I know it's very difficult for a lot of people, and I'm not having to go at you for this, I'm not kind of taking the piss, but there is this mentality that girls are abnormal and weird and wrong and strange, and you must trick people into liking you. You must manipulate them into enjoying your company, because, you know, under no circumstances must you be yourself. You don't need to manipulate people into liking you. You can just talk about what you're passionate about, value their opinion, ask them how their day's going, and connect. And when you connect with people, they tend to want to hang around and talk to you more. That's pretty much it, really. Girls are not machines that you put kindness coins into until sex falls out. That's not how any of this works. And if that's the way that you're approaching any kind of interaction with someone that you are attracted to, you're approaching it in like a really robotic, mechanical, artificial way. That ain't gonna work. And if it does, it's not the kind of person you would have wanted to hang out with anyway. You talk... I mean, if you are talking to someone and you are intimidated by them because you find them attractive, that's understandable. To be intimidated by somebody you find attractive while talking to them, totally understandable, very common thing. No, it's very possible to be talking to someone who you're attracted to who you are intimidated by. But ultimately, the choice is people talk to you because they enjoy your company and they enjoy your opinions and they want to keep talking to you. And you don't need to pretend to be super suave. This actually links back to the whole wearing a fedora thing. Some people wear a fedora and they wear a suit, but then they wear cargo trousers and they wear trainers with it, and they wear just like a t-shirt. A lot of people look at items or personalities or fashion as equipable things that you put on almost in the RPG of life, hoping that the passive buffs they're going to give you are enough. Whereas that's not it. Everything is actually a stacking bonus that requires you to have the right skills for it to apply at all. There is a time and a place for wearing a super smart suit if you want to. It's not all the time. There is a time and a place for doing any of these specific things. But you can tell when someone's being artificial. You can very much tell. How do I talk to boys? I don't know, talk about Fortnite. I don't know. Like, the most thing that I talk about with people is just YouTube. That's pretty much it. How do I talk to dolphins? Now that I can't tell you. That's too much of a secret. Sorry. I've got to keep that power for myself. But what do you think in the chat? I mean, this is probably a question for the slightly older people, because when you kind of stop caring about putting on a certain persona or, you know, being cool, you find that there's a huge liberation that comes with that. It is liberating to not have to feel that you have to match up to anyone's expectations. Do you feel that you've become more liberated when you stop trying? It is liberating. Embrace going to the hentai panels, you mean? Hey, I did go to that panel at Kitacon, and I did score very highly on that panel, and that was because I'm a man of culture, and I will not accept any slander. You're just salty that I scored higher than you. I'm sorry that I'm a man of the world. Sorry that I've seen things. So many things. Yeah, that happened. We don't talk about that. We don't bring that up too much. There is a huge amount of power in feeling like you don't need to impress someone. I've met many people who feel a need to impress me. You don't. You really don't. What I find very impressive is when people are comfortable with themselves, people are passionate, willing to talk about what they value, and that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it, man. Be comfortable with yourself, Be passionate about your own personal hobbies and passions, and listen to other people's. Because I guarantee that girls, used as a kind of general term here, are sick of people trying to trick them into friendship, which then normally has alternative goals anyway. Well, we say girl because the whole kind of gamer guy has that thing, but ultimately I suppose it's anyone. This applies to anyone, really. Do you feel that you have... Can you tell? I mean, this is obviously more popular for girls just because gaming is still a very male-dominated hobby, but if you are a person who has been talking to somebody who is attracted to you, and you can tell they're attracted to you, can you tell when they are not being real? Can you tell when they are not being themselves, when they are clearly trying to put a persona on? Sometimes it's endearing and it's cute, because people are like, oh my god, I'm a little bit frazzled, I don't know what to say, I'm embarrassed by this, that kind of stuff. I need to put on this persona of this coolness that I'm going on. But the vast majority of girls don't want to date Tyler Durden. And so don't try and be that. I thought I had to be the ultimate Sigma Giga male. Are you saying this is a lie? Look, here's the thing. If you're not, and this is a super secret flirtation technique that I'm teaching you right now. When people laugh, they close their eyes. So if you are ugly, just learn to be funny, because then people around you spend more time with their eyes closed and don't realize that you're ugly. That's the truth. And I know this because I was an ugly ass kid. I was a super nerdy, super spotty, super gangly, weirdly proportioned teenage kid. And then for some reason fate was like, hey, here you go. And that worked for me, because I'd spent so long learning to be the ugly, funny kid that then I just suddenly discovered I was playing life on easy mode. It's like I spent absolutely ages building into an intelligence charisma build, and then for some reason leveled up and happened to also be given a load of strength and dexterity. Is it fair? No. Am I going to exploit it? Yes. People often say to me, oh, you could do whatever you want with your life. You know what I want to do? I want to sit inside and play video games. That's what I want to do. I'm sorry that it doesn't conform to the traditional view of what people should be doing, but that's what we're going to do. I am Henry Cavill Light. When you order Cavill from Wish, I turn up. If you buy a DVD box set of Game of Thrones on Temu, you discover it's actually refilmed with me. And it's not bad, but it's not what you wanted. Okay? And I'm okay with that. I've come to embrace this.